because I'm at work. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, so thank you for joining. I guess the point is I just decided to do something where a Mish lesson where I'm completely unmeeshed. I'm unleashed. So I just do yeah, like I just do this thing and we'll figure it out how it goes. I wanna hold this regularly. So this week I was traveling and that's why I kind of like didn't promote it as much as I probably should have. But next week I'll do more reels and gags and more really engage with the narcissism because I feel like this is our era. Yeah. Speaking of which, I want to say that I'm really ashamed to admit. Hold on, I can't see myself. Yeah. Hello. So, see, it's a weird shirt. I got this yesterday. It's really cool. I don't even know. But do you know what this kind of pattern is called when it's like an asymmetrical shirt?
Uh,
It's a
no, 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 not really.
No, right? I don't know. So me neither. But we're gonna find out. Yeah.
let
So,
the
mhm,
computer. I will join again.
sure, 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 sure.
I don't think.
So yeah, and I was like really ashamed. I am ashamed to admit that I only learned that it's era, not era, like this month. I've always thought it was era, but apparently it's era
Era, but well, yes,
or era
era,
as well. Oh, so in American you can also say sorry.
era,
It's
yeah,
both
era
era and
too.
era. Yeah,
Yeah,
British is era. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I heard a series people use era, and I was like, wow, that's amazing.
yeah. And there's also epoch and epoch.
Epoch and epoch.
Yeah,
I'd say
I
epoch,
think so.
epoch, epoch. Okay, interesting, interesting. So it's era, but it's IRA. No, IRA. Speaking of
Is that
IRA,
Irish?
sorry,
Uh,
what?
is that Irish army
Yes, what kind of
partisan?
art? What kind of? Yeah, the Irish Republican Army. Exactly, exactly,
No.
exactly. And speaking of abbreviations with, hold on, let's see what we can do. And speaking of abbreviations with the word I and A, what does this stand for?
A beer.
Yeah, it's a beer. What's the beer?
IPA.
How do you say
IPA.
it? Well, it's not IPA. In English, we wouldn't say IPA, much like we wouldn't say ERA to talk about. The IRA, we'd say it's the IPA, right?
Do you
IPA. And what
have
is it?
what is the full
It's
abbreviation?
so what does it stand for? It stands for Indian Pale
Uh,
Ale. Yeah?
okay.
Why is it Indian? Have you ever had an IPA, by the way?
Yeah, everywhere.
Uh-huh. How strong is an IPA?
It's light beer, I guess, so it's not very strong. I guess,
Mm,
maybe. No.
no, actually.
All right.
So
Is it
An IPA is about 4.5 to 20% strong. It had ABV.
okay? If we compare with dark beer and light.
I mean, honestly, I don't drink. I don't even know, but I just know a little bit about IPA.
Okay.
So it's a little bit stronger because so why is it called India Pale Ale?
India? I know.
Why is it, sorry? Is it from India
I,
or is it from?
yeah, maybe British.
Ah, yes. So the British would
Brits,
take the beer to India,
yeah,
and that's why it had to be stronger.
or from India.
No, to India. India. Because India doesn't,
Okay.
like, India is not a beer culture. Or at least it wasn't. Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's, speaking of which, yeah, good. Indian Pale Ale. So it's quite. Is there any other types of alcohol that is stronger than usual? Any other kinds of perhaps wine that's stronger than normal wine?
I, I don't know. Hmm.
It's port wine. Port. Same logic. Yeah, it was also made stronger to uh, go across the ocean. What country is
Okay.
port wine from?
Good question. I know.
What country starts with port?
Many countries have ports.
No, what country starts with port?
Uh, Portugal?
Portugal, yeah, exactly. Portugal. Yeah, because it's fortified. It's both. So it's Portugal is it's Portugal. Mhm. So so port is really interesting because it's like it's both from so port wine is an interesting word because you'd imagine that because it has the story of being fortified and traveling across the ocean, you'd think that it would be from the port, something that sailors would drink, but it's actually
Mhm.
from Portugal. Where is the word port? Have you been to Portugal?
I have been. And
You
you?
have? Yes.
No.
I have been to Portugal. I went there for work. I spent a couple of days interpreting a UN
Ah,
youth, some weird conference with like a bunch of like languages and oh, it was amazing.
cool.
But the weird thing is that the country Portugal comes from the word port. So in a way, we see
Oh,
like a trip we go from it's a wine from Portugal that is sent from ports, but the word Portugal itself is also it's a port country. There you go. Yeah, so I went to Portugal on it was like one of the few times I saw a post in Ukraiński перекладачі like a while back
uh,
that they were looking
okay.
for someone to go to Portugal. And I was in an what do you call this? A blah blah car from Zaporizhia to Dnipro. And I was like, well, there's no way they'll take me. Like, this is insane. There's going to be like 1,000 people lining up to get this gig. But I reached out, anyways, and they were like, yeah, sure. Fuck yeah, why not? So
I was afraid you were going from Dnipro to Portugal by BlaBlaCar.
by BlaBlaCar, yes. I mean, I've hitchhiked from Holland to Lviv, but that's not nearly as close. Not nearly as fun. Yeah, and they said yes, and then I went to Portugal, and it was amazing. It was like absolutely breathtaking.
Far away.
Hmm?
And far away from
Quite,
Ukraine, for
quite,
example.
quite,
Yeah.
quite. Wonderful. So where are you now? Are you still on Zoloty Vorota?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
How
is
is it?
how Reiterska Street looks like.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Oh, it makes me feel so
That is
nostalgic.
that yard. Yeah, that yard is right like over the fence from Kashtan. Over the fence? Yes.
Over the fence, across the fence.
Across the fence.
Do
Yes.
you know any idioms for fence? Any fence idioms?
Never thought about it. No.
Which word goes here?
Across.
No,
Over.
no.
Okay.
When you
Preposition?
can't make a decision, you are
On the
on the
fence.
I'm on the fence. Yeah. So it means to be indecisive.
Doesn't really make this vision of like on
What do
the
you mean?
fence. Okay.
Look, you're literally sitting on the fence,
Mm,
right? You're like,
okay. Eh,
you can't choose. You can't
okay.
decide. You can't decide. You're on the fence. Like,
Yeah,
look at
this
this
is better.
wonderful.
Sit on.
This
Yeah.
this girl makes sense. Yeah, this is a weird way to sit. Like I always
Exactly.
pictured
Yeah.
it like this, but I guess it's more like this. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess I've never really sat on any fences,
Yeah. Like, why would we? Really?
which is fair. Fair. Do you have any favorite? Have you? When I ask, do you have any like favorite surfaces? If you were a cat, would you have a favorite surface to sit on?
Like on the wardrobe, on a fridge, like
Hmm.
to hunt, to observe this territory you
Hmm.
own, and your
Yes,
slaves walking
exactly.
down.
Exactly. Exactly. You're the plebs. Yeah. The
Exactly.
pros. The pros. Do you have a cat?
No, it's hard to think about it when you have this room and there is your flatmate's room.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No.
Could you have a
One
cat?
day
Would you be allowed to have a cat? Would you want a cat?
I wanted. Yeah.
Hmm.
I have wanted for many, many years.
Hmm.
And actually, yes, in this flat it's allowed, but to be honest, it's really very little space.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
have
to be
a cat.
honest, it's really expensive if we,
Cats are expensive?
yes.
Okay.
Think about um vets. Like you have to go
Uh-huh.
to a, so your cat gets more medical help than you because it's
That's
also
true.
I
That's
can't
true.
afford many things for
That's true,
myself.
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about cats a bit. Let's talk about cats. What kind of do you know any phrases with cat? There's some cool cat
Uh,
idioms, cat phrases.
are we going to speak about raining and dogs and also
Raining cats and dogs. Yeah.
but it's so is it banal? Is it old-fashioned? Is
So
it
honestly, like I've only ever heard, I don't know, but maybe you can
yeah,
chime in here. But I've only ever heard the phrase in the context of, look at the English they're teaching people. Nobody speaks this way.
exactly like in some old book from
Yeah.
Soviet Union
Like
from
like what's the Galitsky, yeah, or something like
Italy.
somewhere there. But there's like actual idioms with cats that people do use.
Mhm.
So when you can't talk, what do you say? When someone asks you a question and you don't answer, you're like, who has your tongue?
Okay, that's weird. Okay, cat.
Cat got your tongue. Yeah. How would we translate that into Ukrainian?
Проковтнув язик.
Oh, I
That
love that. I love that.
no?
And how would we translate that into bad Ukrainian? Like literally, how would we say that?
Swallowed your tongue.
No, 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 no. How would you translate cat got your tongue into Ukrainian, Ukrainian?
Як забрав чи вкрав, щось таке.
О, кіт вкрав твій язик. Ага.
Honestly, like what is exactly the meaning? You can't talk because why you
Because you're
can't
like,
talk?
exactly, that's the question. Why are you not talking?
Because you are thinking or what?
We don't know. It doesn't matter. It's something I tell you, right? So you know why you're not talking, but I don't know. You wouldn't say
Mm,
cat got my tongue because if you're talking, the cat doesn't have your tongue.
okay. I wonder where it came from. Like
Okay,
who
let's find
decided
out.
to
Let's
say
find out.
it?
Let's find out. Let's discover
Like
this together.
was it some, evil cat who
Mm-hmm.
actually
Mm-hmm. So, what does this say?
Egypt? Okay, yeah,
But
logical.
maybe that's possible. But I guess let's maybe. So I'm not sure if I trust these kinds of websites that are written by copywriters. I trust Reddit much more
Yeah,
because I trust anonymous strangers as opposed to people that want to sell cat food. Alrighty.
good.
Yeah. So let's look at Reddit. For the podcast, I'm just going to read this out loud. A survey of websites provides a reasonable consensus. There are folk etymologies that do not seem to be accurate. These include a sailor whipped into quiet submission by a cat o' nine tails. Have you heard of the phrase cat o' nine tails? Have you seen Django Unchained?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, nine
Let's
tails
see.
is like nine lives of a cat or what? No.
No, no. Cat o' nine. Oh, maybe it's not in Django, but a cat o' nine tails is a whip that was mostly used by slave
Mm,
drivers. Yeah, yeah, slave drivers
okay.
to attack
So
slaves.
tails are these little things. Um,
Hmm?
Tail.
These are the
Okay.
tails. Yeah, yeah. It's quite quite painful, I imagine. Yeah, so we have slave drivers and we have, which is weird how we use the word drive, right? But I guess, hmm, interesting. Yeah, so cat o' nine tails. A witch is familiar in the shape of a cat, stealing the ability to cat. A witch is familiar. What's a familiar?
To be familiar with something, to know something.
Okay, so how do you explain the sentence?
God. Yeah, because like if it's witches plural, why is it a here?
Ah, yes. Ooh, the age-old question. Why? How can
Because
it
it
be an adjective that goes after? Wait, it's precedes, succeeds? Succeeds a noun, that
uh,
makes me sound that goes after a noun, preceded by what the fuck? What kind of adjective is this? Is it an adjective?
maybe it's just Reddit and people are not
No,
very
this is grammatical.
okay. Mm. So they want to say that witches they turn themselves into a shape of cat.
Kind of. So a so what is a witch's familiar? Right. Actually, sorry, you're wrong. You're right. This is mis you were completely right. This isn't witches plural. This is witches possessive. Oh
Oh
wow.
God.
Oh, I got
Uh,
it carried away.
so
It's
yeah,
all folklore, misled me. Yeah. So a witch is familiar. A familiar is, have you seen Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
some of it.
So familiar, the cat is her familiar.
Mhm.
So her name is Salem, this cat.
Yeah, I remember.
Господи, яка упората тварина. Vadim, if you're with us, and I hope you can hear us, right now we're trying to brainstorm how to say uporote in English. I have a couple of options,
I
but
think
perhaps
that
we'll
gets
open this up to the...
creepy, also quite creepy, maybe.
No, he is not creepy, actually. What does creepy mean?
Like weird. Okay, creepy man, maniac, or
Yes. Yeah, yeah, men are creepy. That's true. That's true.
but this cat is also like creepy if
But
you see it in real life. Okay.
mm, maybe. But we normally use the word creepy in the sense that it
Yeah.
scares us. How we have a message. Uporota. Vadim is asking, how do you, is that a generational thing? Are you just not a millennial like us? Oh, I recently had to- okay, so okay, wonderful. You see, we have a generational thing. I love working with Gen Zers because they teach me things. But I guess it's also nice working with Gen Xers. I imagine that's you, Vadim, right? You're a Gen Xer because we teach them things. How do you explain uporota?
In any language we know, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Vadim needs to know.
So if we just Google, it's like stoned. So
Nay, 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 nay. In
drugged.
Ukrainian, like, how do you, don't translate it. We have a person here from a different generation. He doesn't
Окей.
understand the word uporota.
Можливо, це накурений або під чимось, тобто виглядає як от кіт на фото, і в нього дуже дивний вираз обличчя, і упороту лисицю хтось пам'ятає?
Aha, yes, there you go. There you go. We have this thing.
Gen X?
Oh my God. Gen X, yes. So this is a classic illustration
Що?
of uporote. But stoned does not have a negative connotation, right? Stoned can mean like stoned. This is not marijuana doesn't do this to you. Right? Yeah, I know a lot of people that smoke a lot of weed. None of them look like this. This is like methamphetamine, right? That's
М,
the kind, or I don't know, heroin, maybe like yeah, methamphetamine, heroin, like really bad stuff that makes you look that way. So we can sometimes say, yeah, going back to Porote, we can sometimes say that he's a cat Hold on, where she is? Yeah, he's a cat. Like you can say he looks like he's on meth, maybe. But I would use the word janky.
Mm,
He's a
like
real,
junk.
yeah, janky, very poor quality. Similar to junky. Yeah, janky.
Mm-hmm.
Like something is just, yeah, you can say most of the vehicles on Bismuth were janky, unregistered pickup trucks that reeked of fish water. Janky. He's a janky cat. Yeah, so
Okay.
maybe, but that's just my assumption of how we translate the word aporope. So going back, so yeah, so familiar is like a witch's kind of pet animal that does her bidding, I guess. I don't know. Uh, let's find out. Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Attendant.
And it's only about witches when we use familiar as a noun.
Well, as a noun, let's find out. I don't think familiar has any other connotation as a noun, but I could be wrong.
Of a high official. Okay.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, familiar. That's new for me as well. I did not know that. Uh, and one high official. Familiar. Damn, this- Very good. Speaking of which, I'm wondering if there's a Ukrainian false friend.
Familiarny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it a false friend?
Yeah, I think so. It
Mm,
has some negative connotation,
except.
like
Hmm.
поводитись familiarно,
Uh-huh.
like you're not having a hierarchy with a
Uh-huh.
person.
Mm-hmm. So we have this phrase. Hold up. Is this familiarność or znajomist?
This is too long to be an idiom. It's some
It's
proverb. I don't know.
it's still it's all a spectrum. It's not a spectrum. It's all a spectrum. But how do
Okay.
you say, yeah, поводитися familiарно? So here,
Mhm.
are we talking about familiarність or знайомство, коли ти знаєш когось?
Yeah, you stop respecting them. It's some additional details into this phrase.
Yeah, so I don't think it's familiarність in the sense of
No,
like in how we say
not
it.
them.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Familiarity breeds contempt. The more you know someone, the more you yeah. Vadim, do you have any? How would you translate the word familiarность or familiarny? If you're with us, give us a sign in the chat. We call upon your Gen X spirit. I'm in the witch. In the
What?
witch. Uh,
I have a funny story. I will
go for
wait.
it. Yeah, no, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Ah, unceremonious. Yes, that could work. That could
Good.
go
Да.
go.
About
So I
yeah.
remember. Sorry. Hold that thought for a second. So my friend, who also like you studied at Kano, right?
Where?
Did you study at the National University in Kyiv, Shevchenko? Yeah.
Yeah.
So she also studied at the National University, and one of her favorite phrases and was "Ami." Same in Ukraine probably "Ami kashon," but I guess in Russian it was like this: "Ami kashonstvo." Have you heard this word?
No.
You speak French?
I I see понебратство. I see
Uh-huh.
okay. Like yeah, friend, ami.
Yeah. So a cochon is this. So an ami
Funny.
cochon or ami cochonstvo is being a pig friend.
Mm. And this is понебратство.
Huh? Sorry?
This is familiarность in her
Yeah,
meaning.
that's how she would use it. Yeah, like perhaps she was hinting at something. I don't know.
Mm.
Anyway,
She
what is
took
your
it
story?
from
I'm sorry?
Institute of Philology. Yes,
Yes.
you take
Feel
things like
fuck? Yes, I feel.
that. Yeah, you take it from that place. A lot of like
hmm
such.
hmm hmm
I've started about Zoom and breakout rooms.
Tell us.
So yesterday, so I have speaking club of recruiters and HRs.
hmm
In this group, officially, there are 12 ladies, but as you can imagine, there are like maximum 4 on the club. So breakout rooms. I am hiding my self view. I am not speaking. I am just listening to them. So I am going from one to another, blah, blah, and then they are trying to translate something from the slide. Tuition reimbursement, and they're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I am being hidden. I
hmm
just unmute myself. I say, "I can help." So this is blah blah blah. One girl is like so freaked out. I don't understand, and she's like, "Кто це сказав?" Like, spirits or God, like, хто це
Oh my
сказав?
God.
Ну, вона цього не сказала, просто хто це сказав, і це було дуже смішно. I say, like, that's me, the teacher. А, я не бачила, що тут ще хтось є. I said, yeah, it's God of English language, of the English language.
hmm
I'm
hmm
talking to you in this breakout room. So that
Yeah.
reminded me of, like, you are calling the spirit of Gen
Gen
X.
X, exactly, calling upon the spirit. Well, that's a wonderful story. I feel about people, about a god of English. I don't know if there is an English god, but there is a demon of typos.
Mm,
It's a real
really?
thing. Yeah, no, it's 100% real thing. His name is Titivilus. Oh, it's such a funny name. I can't believe his name is
It
Titivilus.
was all it was all already opened in your browser. Like
No, no, no. I'm
you
just
have
doing
it.
this as like no. This is just how my brain works.
You like you found it in 1 second. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just very fast at doing these things. I didn't think it was special until I realized, you know what? I don't think most people could do it, but I can. Yeah, Titivilus or Titivilus, I don't know. Is a demon set to introduce errors in the works of scribes. Yeah, he's a real demon. Look at him. Look at this guy.
Mhm. On the
Yes,
right or
he's.
on the left?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. No, no, no. This is just a normal, person. Okay. No. Yeah. Anyway,
It was
this is a demon.
before grammar Nazi appeared. Yeah.
Well, that would be, I don't know. Do you want to find out where that phrase comes from?
I guess obviously not from 12th century, but
Well, let's find
20th.
out. Probably, my guess is the internet. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. The term grammar Nazi was first used on Usenet forum. Uh-huh. Mm. Yeah. Speaking of Nazis, um, do you know any
Really?
other kind of Nazis?
American?
Well, yeah, we do have, Elon Musk and the kind, but like, what's another adjective? So what are some Nazi phrases we use? What are some other kinds of Nazis?
Mm, no, those are enough.
I know, but I'm gonna play you a small video about my favorite Nazi, I guess. I'm Jewish, I can do this. My
Yeah,
people suffered.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
My people
I'm
suffered.
Jewish.
I can do this. There was
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just do a bit of a Seinfeld break. Oh, lots of podcasts have like music and stuff. So let's just watch a 5-minute Seinfeld episode. Can you see? Can you
Hey,
hear?
Jerry! Hey, Jerry! I didn't know you liked soup. Hard to believe. This guy makes the best soup in the city, Jerry. The best. You know what they call them? Soup Nazis.
All right, I'm not letting you cut in line.
Why not?
Because if he catches us, we'll never be able to get soup again.
Okay, okay.
Medium turkey chili.
Medium crab bisque.
So the story is this guy is very uptight and very, what's the word? Not very picky, very particular. This guy is very particular about how he wants people to order his soup. And if you order it the wrong way, he'll kick you out. He's a soup Nazi.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it. Let it go.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is fantastic. How does he do it?
You know, I don't see how you can sit there reading that and not even offer me any.
I gave you a taste. What do you want?
Why can't we share?
I told you not to say anything. You can't go in there, brazenly flout the rules, and then think I'm going to share with you.
Do you hear yourself?
I'm sorry. This is what comes from living under a Nazi regime.
Well, I gotta go back there and try again. Good afternoon. One large crab bisque to go. Red. Beautiful.
You're pushing your luck, little man.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey there. Oh. One mulligatawny and, what is that right there? Is that lima bean?
Yes.
Never been a big fan. You know what? Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Al Pacino? You know, Scent of a Woman? Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Very good. Very good. You know something? No soup for you! Come back 1 year. Next!
One large jambalaya, please.
So, continue.
Well, my friend is awfully disappointed is all. Now, she's very emotional.
Thank you.
Jambalaya.
All right, now listen to me. You have been a good friend. I have an armoire in my basement. If you want to pick it up, you're welcome to it. So, take it. It's yours.
How can I possibly thank you?
You are the only one who understands me.
You suffer for your soup.
Yes, that is right.
You demand perfection from yourself, from your soup.
How can I tolerate any less from my customer?
Gazpacho, por favor.
Por favor.
I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Hi. Kramer gave me the armoire, and it is so beautiful. I mean, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
You? If I knew it was for you, I never would have given it to him in the first place. I would have taken a hatchet and smashed it to pieces. Now, who wants soup? Next, speak up!
Hello.
Okay, I'll leave this as a cliffhanger. Perhaps you'll watch the episode. I don't want to spoil it for you. But there are some interesting phrases. Did you pick up any interesting words and phrases? Was there anything they said you're like, oh, I haven't heard that in a while?
In a while, like since 90s or 80s.
Well, did you
When
hear a
it
lot
was-
of English in the 80s? Were you alive in the 80s?
No.
No, but like,
Well-
were there any phrases that you were like, ooh, this is tickles me? You know, like
I-
sometimes you hear a word and you're like, ooh, what is that?
Mm, I was just thought that it wouldn't be possible now to
Mm-hmm.
have this in movies right now. No.
Why?
Not politically correct.
How is it
Like
politically incorrect?
the word Nazi and making fun around this topic. No.
I think it's okay to make fun of Nazis, no?
Yeah, but that guy is like everybody's respecting him, and he is like, okay, you are speaking Spanish. Ah. I mean, it's very subtle. Like, even to say this word, you can be canceled. Yeah, cancel culture.
I don't think so. I disagree with you. So my take on this, and obviously they don't, the media doesn't pay me for this, is that have you heard of the idea of punching up and punching down?
No.
So in humor, it's completely okay to make fun of people, or like, as long as you punch up. So it's totally cool to make fun of the government or make fun of people who are, more powerful than you, right? Like Donald Trump, the president. Totally chill, yeah? Or white guys, for instance. That's the whole, they're, yeah. But if you punch down, if you make fun of a minority, that's considered not really okay. So if you make fun of like gay people, or like, or trans people, or like, queer people, or black people, whatever, the idea is that you're making their lives worse, right? So I would know this because I'm Jewish, and I'm like, you know what? Some jokes about like Jews being greedy, like they make my life worse. I'm lucky that we don't have this anymore, or much at least. It's kind of gone in the media. It's coming back, I feel. It's making a comeback.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. But point is, like, Nazis are not a persecuted minority.
Yeah.
So you can definitely make fun of Nazis. That's it's really fun. Vadim, were there any phrases you noticed that were like, ooh, that tickled my ears? I'll give you 30 seconds to respond before I assume you're working. Because I found something. And let's see if we can play with this. But yeah, it's a good episode. Okay, what do we have? We have no, he wasn't paying undivided. Well, as a simultaneous interpreter, you should have divided attention. Get it? Because you're supposed to listen and talk at the same time. But let's see what divine attention. Ah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so do you want to go over this video and see if we can identify any nuggets of language?
Nuggets
Or
of
which?
language.
Yeah.
That is already interesting.
Yeah? Okay. Let's
Okay.
make it simple. We'll play it again, and every time you say you notice something, you can say nugget, and every time I notice something, I can say nugget and pause. Okay?
Okay.
Soup? Hard to believe. This guy makes the best soup in the city, Jerry. The best. You know what they call him? Soup Nazis.
All right, then. I'm not letting you cut in line.
I'm not letting you what?
Cut in line?
Uh-huh, good.
Was it cut in?
Cut in line. Yeah, what does that mean?
Maybe they're going to stand in line
Mm-hmm.
to get the soup.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to be out of line, like this guy is going to.
Not to
Yeah.
go ahead of where you're supposed to be in line. Yeah. Cut in line.
It has
So we're in a
a big
long line. Tick, 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 and I move from here to here. I cut in line. Oh, my girlfriend is there. Oh, that's my friend. Like I used to do
Mm.
it. Like one of my, yeah, it's like I feel like in Berlin it was really a thing in like clubs when you're waiting in line, you really hope there's someone you know so you could just you can cut it. They don't
It's
like it.
Ukrainian hospitals.
I'm sorry? Я тільки
It's
спитати.
Ukrainian hospital. Yeah, там моя дружина стоїть.
Ага, 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 ага. Yes, 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 yes. They
Totally
crack down on
related.
this hard. I know, they crack down on this. All right, let's continue.
Why not? Because if he catches us, we'll never be able to get soup again.
Okay, okay.
something goes bad.
Medium turkey chili.
Medium crab bisque.
Jump the queue. I never heard that. You jump the queue. Cool. Cool.
Logical.
Yeah. Q is one of the probably the worst spelled word in the English language.
Yeah. Or thoroughly, or throughout, or anything
No, they
with
make
that.
sense. Those make sense. But Q doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. It's Q. Now, let's find out. We'll watch this video. Do you want to watch more video, or do you want to find out why Q is spelled this way?
Let's like video.
Okay, let's focus. I'm really embracing the way. Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it. Let it go.
What did he say? I didn't get any. Hold on,
I got
my.
distracted by a message.
It's okay. My computer is freezing up. I gotta get a new laptop. This is insane. They're coming out with one in a couple weeks. They're coming out with a couple weeks. Hello, you there? Yeah, sorry. So got distracted by a message. What did he say?
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it. Let it go.
What?
Let
What
it
did you?
go.
Forget it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very New York way of saying forget it. Forget it. Yeah, sometimes they even say it's spelled like
Yeah.
it's even a word. Yeah, it's a fucking word. Boop. How do you say this?
Mm.
It's a Wikipedia article about this
Forget it.
word.
Like,
Forget about it. Forget about it. Can you think
you
of
know
any
what?
other?
In Ukraine,
How do you say it in
in
Ukrainian?
Ukraine, it's забудь про це.
Mm-hmm.
Just when I want to say like right now, people are canceling American accent
Sorry, what? What do you mean people are canceling the
because
American accent?
because Trump is doing what he's doing, and I saw those takes on social media. Like, okay, it was trend on TikTok. Гірчиця американська. We are throwing
Oh
it.
my God, are you kidding me?
No. No, американці. They
I
are
love this. I
canceled.
love it.
And
American.
American. We are not learning American. Yeah. So as I've been doing for many years, let's
Yes.
study British.
Well, I think I'm gonna paraphrase Arseny Avakov when I say that the way I
Oh my
speak
God.
is just a southern dialect of Canadian English.
Avakov.
Well, did you remember this? Do you remember this moment when I think he got some flack? He caught some flack. Speaking of which, caught flack. It's another good Gen Z for Gen. It's just millennial phrase. He caught some flack. He was in hot water for speaking Russian a long time ago before the full-scale invasion, and he said, "Oh, that's just слобожанський dialect української мови."
Okay. That's what Kurgania Agregat could say.
Кургани Гергат, yes. Is Poltava technically
Exactly.
слобожанщина?
Yeah, I guess. Yes, I think so. So Kharkiv, Poltava.
No, they speak amazing. Have you seen their movie?
Luxembourg?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the cinema.
So you know what I found really strange about it that I haven't told anyone?
Wow.
Okay. So they are the only two characters that speak Suruzhk.
Yes.
And that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm
Maybe
like,
the nurse also, that girl.
I'm sorry?
The girl,
The
like the nurse,
girl, I'm not sure. May the nerd? What nerd?
nurse. She was a
Ah, the
nurse.
nurse you went out with. Yeah, maybe she spoke Surzhyk as well. But like everyone else speaks like perfect Ukrainian. I'm like, what kind of fucking parallel universe is this?
Yes.
And I'm
I,
like, imagine how much better this movie would have been if they all spoke Surzhyk. And I don't know.
they they had to teach those actors. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? Like, I mean,
Yes,
they must
yes.
have like thought about it. They were probably like, but also weird.
And
I'm
they're in the
wondering.
same, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they're in the same town, everyone. So
Exactly. Exactly. I'm also curious. I think there's also like quotas. Like if it's a Ukrainian movie, like a certain percentage of it has to be in Ukrainian. I don't know, like what is it, 80%? I don't know. So I would imagine like at which point does Surzhyk like is there like a line between when it transitions into Russian? Like is there like a point when it's just like, oh no, this is a different language. Like at which point, you know? I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe they were like, oh, it has to be a Ukrainian movie and like Ukrainian, so we need to include an X amount of like proper Ukrainian, not to I don't know. It's a good
like
question.
it could make maybe a little sense. There was a scene like maybe meeting the parents of a
Hmm.
girl, something like that. So those parents, they are another
Could speak
generation.
Ukrainian.
Yeah, they are speaking differently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also they're like upper class, so maybe. But I don't
Mm,
think that's there's no
Middle,
like
let's
yeah.
middle class.
Okay. Anyway, it's
It's
been
a
an hour. Sorry?
it's a Lubny,
Lubny.
not upper class. It's,
Лубенська шлях. Is it Лубенська or Lubnenська?
I guess Lubanska as your, I guess.
Лубенська шляхта. Okay. It's been an hour and I am out of focus and concentration. So
Okay.
let's kill this video. Let's finish the video and then I will let you go.
Okay.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! No soup for you.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Okay, something. There's a nugget coming up. There's a nugget coming up. Keep your ears peeled.
How does he do it?
You know, I don't see how you can sit there reading that and not even offer me any.
I gave you a taste. What do you want?
Why can't we share?
I told you not to say anything. You can't go in there, brazenly flout the rules, and then think I'm going to share with you.
Do you?
You can go what?
In there.
And then?
Okay, it was something brazenly. Something.
Yes. Brazen.
What is that?
Let's see if you can catch the verb.
Say anything. You can't go in there, brazenly flout the rules, and then think I'm going to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
Was it flap the rules?
Flout. Yeah, to brazenly flout. Flout the rules.
Never heard it.
That's our last nugget for today.
Okay.
Brazenly flout the rules. So first of all, we heard the word brazenly.
Is it frequent?
Quite. Well, it's frequent enough for me to know. Yeah.
Okay.
How would you translate this into Ukrainian? I'm only asking because I'm bad at my job, so I want you guys to give me.
Your job is not to translate, is it? No. You're teaching?
It's to, but I also interpret.
Okay. Makes sense. No effort. Очевидно, obviously.
Mm.
I'm not a translator.
Vadim, how would you say this in Ukrainian? I have an option. What do we got? Flagrantly, yes, yes, yes. Flagrantly is also good. Maybe нахабно.
So, negative.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Zuchwala, there you go. Zuchwala.
Вало
Zuchwala. Yep,
брехати.
thank you very much. Zuchwala brachate. Yeah, a brazen. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
brazenly. Yeah, yeah, to brazenly flout the rules.
thank you.
You're welcome. To
How
intentionally
about
not
you?
obey a rule, law, or custom. Flout the rules.
Can I ask you one question off topic?
Yes. Do we have a topic?
Of English.
I'm sorry.
I know it's the perfect. Oh my God, what is the name of the improvising method? What is the name? I forgot.
Dog me? This is not dog me.
It's
This
not
has
dog me.
nothing to
Okay.
do, no, of course not. Dog me is about like students learning. This is just me having fun.
Uh, question not about. Okay, so have you tried? So you tried pre-play, pre-play,
Never.
yeah?
Never.
Never. But you told me that they have big, like high commission, big
Fee,
commission.
maybe not. So maybe that's what I heard, yes. But maybe they don't. Not
Uh,
maybe not for Ukrainian, maybe only for English.
I am sure that for every language, if you are a tutor, of course.
Hmm.
Okay, and italki. What about italki?
There's a lower fee there.
That's what I know. Okay.
My advice to you, if you're looking to make money on these platforms, and this is from
Yeah.
me as a customer,
Yeah.
is to market yourself as a human being. You can
Yeah.
make a lot more money if you don't sell yourself as an experienced, and again, this is just my, you can take it or leave it, take it with a massive grain of salt, whatever, just me thinking about myself and the kind of teachers that I'd want. If you
hmm
take yourself as a modern Ukrainian speaker, as a young, hip woman living in Kyiv, like someone who's fun to hang out with, somebody who knows memes and stuff like that, this could get you farther. I'm not sure again if this is the market in for Ukrainian learners, but I would imagine that most people learning Ukrainian do it because of an interest or a fascination with the culture and the country.
They also want some expertise
Hmm.
because they want to learn grammar. What is that case? What
Yes.
is genitive case? I don't
Hmm.
understand.
Hmm.
So I should give this also to this
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
image, right?
So my advice to you would be to go out there and get a good video for yourself.
That is my stage right now. Yeah.
Right. Wonderful.
I'm
So,
struggling.
yeah, I'd be happy to help you with this. Yeah, because I know it's a
Right?
lot of people. Yeah, and of course, I mean, I can't help you, but I have to keep you accountable.
Okay.
So I'll give you a week to find someone who will do it for you, or you do it yourself. And a week from now, I will get in touch with you, and I will double check that you've done something.
Wait, you find what? You find
I'll
who?
give you, I want to give you a couple of days
Yeah.
to find get yours to make a video.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, I'll reach out to you in a couple of days and just make sure that you're
Okay.
actually staying on task.
You are pushing me. That is good. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. It's everybody helping each other. It's like I think this is the kind of it's very Ukrainian, I think. Just to be this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say for you, and if I were you, like I would have a video that would appeal to these two categories. To on the one
Mhm.
hand, people like maybe the first part would be like, oh, look, I'm cool and whatever, fucking look at me. I live on Reiterska, I have coffee at Kashtan
They
every
don't know.
day. Sorry?
Maybe they don't know
But you
what
know
the
what I
hell
mean,
is.
right? Like I could be
Yeah.
your friend. And then the second part would be something like, but also if you want, I'm like super professional. Like I studied at the KNU. I'm like a teacher by training. I got like 10 years of experience. Maybe like doing maybe like a split screen. I don't know, whatever. That might be fun. Like you could have like two different outfits. Like one outfit for you like being cool and casual and hip, and one outfit for you being like super teachery. I don't know. But I would say that like it's really worth the time to like invest time and a bit of money, if you that's relevant or maybe I don't know, into this video.
Okay.
Because
I
I
have
made
this.
one a couple years back and it's like still, really effective. And then you can post
What?
that on Facebook and on Instagram
Yeah,
and
that one.
like
Um, how much do you think they could like I should
Okay,
charge?
I'm gonna stop. I think how much did you charge? Okay, are we guys done with the podcast? I think we're seems like we're done. Or we guys continue, fuck it, whatever. How much should you charge for lessons?
Yeah, foreigners.
I don't know, maybe 20 bucks. You can start with 20, 15, 20 bucks and then move
Yeah,
like the
makes
more
sense.
yeah,
Thought about it. Yeah.
maybe yeah, I feel like less than 15 would be a bit lowballing it. And then but my suggestion would be to accept that you might operate at like a small loss in the beginning or whatever, and realize
Yeah.
that it's a long-term project. So maybe the first 6 months will not be like super lucrative. Uh,
6 months. Oh, that is long-term planning.
but that's how it
Yeah.
works. Like I don't want to sound like a fucking motivational speaker, but when I started teaching and I was living on Konstantinivska, I was charging $5 for an hour and a half. You know?
Yeah.
Or
I
like
also work in
maybe.
schools in a school that is 5 minutes from here. I'm getting experience, so it's also
Mhm.
like a good
Yeah.
process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
But teaching
Thank you.
Ukrainian can be I think even with this administration, teaching Ukrainian can be very lucrative and you can really differentiate yourself. And remember, also note this, that as an English teacher, you're working with Ukrainians that pay Ukrainian money. But as a Ukrainian teacher, you're working with foreigners that pay foreign money.
Yeah, that was my also idea. And this niche is really, really small, to be
Hmm.
honest.
It's a niche, it's a small niche, yeah. So just give yourself time.
Okay.
Just
Thank you.
really like approach it as like a long term kind of 6 months, a year. Because you'll be here, the Ukrainian language will be here, no one is going anywhere. Just let it grow.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much. Alrighty, thank you very much, friends. Well, thank you so much for coming out here. I really appreciate this. I was very nervous about it. I feel like my
Why?
feedback for myself was I'll try to talk less next time and give you guys a bit more space, but I got a bit excited and carried away, and also I was just like trying to appear very competent, which I think I did. And yeah, I'll be here next Friday. We are probably gonna live stream it.
Okay.
We're gonna live stream it. And yeah, hopefully this is gonna be really fun. Could I get your feedback on this? How was it?
Okay. Can we get that little document
Yeah, of
with
course. Yeah.
cat?
No, that's
Cat.
$10. The document is $10.
That's the business. Yes. Yes. Teacher's business.
Yes. So
Next
yeah,
time
could I
I
get
will do a screenshot.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. Next time people will do a take a screenshot, not $10 document.
I'll do one of those like no, you can't do. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate this. So, Yuda, how was this for you? Did this feel like a lesson or did this feel like not a lesson?
I just know your style. We had
Right.
this training years ago. For me, I thought, okay, it's dogma, dogma. Yeah, we are doing this. Like, okay, cats, idioms about cats. Um, I just like it wasn't new, so I just
Okay.
know.
Okay. No, it's ADH dog me.
Yeah,
It's just
like spontaneous, as you said,
yes.
spontaneous.
Spontane,
Uh,
spontaneum, spontovich.
st-
Okay, wonderful. Putting the panty in spontan,
yeah, but
putting
still
the
learning
point.
word. Yeah.
Wonderful, good. Yeah, so I feel like for people like you would be really nice because I don't think this is like a format that necessarily works for like learning, but I think if your English is already good and you just want to enrich it, like this is wonderful. I think it's a really good
Yeah. Because
format.
if it's like intermediate or pre-intermediate, you have
Uh,
to adapt your
no, it won't work. I mean,
self.
I could. Okay, anyway, thank you so much. So I will send both of you my card number in the chat if you want to thank me for this. I'd appreciate it. You're also welcome to donate to a charity, but tell me about where you donate.
Okay.
Anywhere nice in Ukrainian. Animals are nice, military is nice. Sounds good. Vadim has a charity, so you can maybe donate to him or to me. It's your choice, you really. Yeah, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next week, and good luck.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, Vadim. Have a good day. Bye.